we have a very special guest, very familiar face. Hip hop is in the house.
Yes.
On the Factor Uncensored. YoYo, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me. How are you?
Good to meet you.
I know. Good evening. Great
So
to
you're
be here.
on a tour. Tell us a little bit about the tour.
I am on the Eric B. and Rakim Don't Sweat the Technique Tour. It is a national tour. We started off in Boston. We're halfway down the hill, stopping in Houston, and it is the gods of hip hop and the queen of the West Coast, YoYo, and it's West and East. Of course, it's the year of the woman. So, of course, they got me blessed in the stage, and I feel good about it.
You've always been about empowerment for
Yes.
women from the very beginning
Yes.
of your career. Where do you stand now with all this Me Too movement going on and you taking the stage with men?
Yep. Well, you know what? I have the Intelligent Black Women's Coalition, which is a mentoring program we've been having since the early 90s. And the purpose for mentoring young girls is that they don't have to hashtag Me Too, because, you know, I teach them about not being, what do you call it, naive. If it seems like it is, most likely it is. If you seem like you have a problem, most likely it's a problem. If you're thinking he wants more than just being a friend, then maybe it's that. So we work with young girls and get them under. But I've been before all of the movements. I've been standing up for women before I even knew what being a feminist was. So just empowering women, like you said, just being a part of it, being in the moment, living in the moment, and being aware. So I just, got that from my mama, and I just take it on, and being in the industry that's male dominated with all these hip hop heads, and having to be strong and having to see what it is and know what it is at that very moment and judge it right, has got me to the place I am now. Thank God.
Back in the 90s, you were seen as a refreshing voice during all of the gangster rap that came from the West Coast. Today, do you still feel like there's a need for a voice that's away from the rest of the crowd, that people can look up to and see some kind of leadership in?
I totally believe leadership is lacking. I mean, and tonight it's all about hip hop, and it's been about hip hop, but I do feel like hip hop is letting us down some ways. A lot of people don't feel like they have the role of being a role model. But when you know better and you do better, and you've been given that grace period and been able to transcend to something else, or you realize that you are a role model. The kids are watching. So I think that those who don't know will know, and it's our part. Because we are given the voice and being recognized once again for who we were then to who we are now, that we are able to share the word that leadership is lacking. It is necessary, and that's what we spread. That's what I spread. Yes.
How refreshing is it to take a break from the stage, and when you go back on, everyone recognizes you and they show you love out there?
It's a wonderful feeling. You can only imagine. I mean, what I tell people about this tour, I say, it's actually my reward for being obedient. I took a break from being YoYo and went into my community. I just did the things that I was always doing. I saw a need. I was there for it. I heard the voice of my community. They looked up to me. They reached out to me. They knew I had a voice. They knew I had some power because of my musical career. And I used that power. I used that power to voice my opinion, to voice other people's opinion, concerns, and issues in the community. And that's led to me being rewarded. I think this too, of course, I consider myself a successful artist, but I think because I am in tune with what's going on in my community, religion-wise, politically wise, and otherwise, that they feel like they have a voice to go to. And in the Black community, I think entertainment and sports have always been used in that kind of form, where people look up to those who have made it out of their community, and that's who they really go to there, because they feel like they can trust you. We've bought your music, we've listened to you, we've supported you, we've shown up to your shows, so now we support you now. So if I bring you my issue, I trust that you are going to be just as concerned as the community is. I believe that you're not going to sell me some flat tummy tea if it doesn't really work, because you are involved in our community, and that's what they need. They need somebody they can trust, and that's why I'm still throwing it out the window, looking back at it, still doing my thing, because they can trust me. They know I'm a party animal. They know I love my people. They know I love hip hop, but they know that I am involved.
And part of getting involved and giving back to the community
Yes.
through you is your schools.
Yes.
You have a school in Michigan and
Yes.
one in Los Angeles as
yeah.
well.
Well, thanks to Congresswoman Waters, when I reached out to her with this idea, this dream I had of opening up a school for School of Hip Hop. I was doing radio at the time. Parents were calling me up saying, "Yo-Yo, my kid raps, sings, dances. They want to do music. Where could I send them?" I had an epiphany. There's no place to send a kid at that time to do beats, to make beats. So I said, "Oh wow, I'll create it." Well, with the help of Congresswoman Waters, we created the Yo-Yo School of Hip Hop. We started out with just beat production, hip hop dance, and lyric writing because kids wanted to learn how to write lyrics. When I got in there, we had an overwhelmingly amount of kids that wanted to register. And the director called me up. He said, "How did you get so many young black boys in your program from the ages of 13 to 17? He said, "We get free programs all the time, but we can't get them in the program. How did you make that happen?" I said, "Wow, I don't know." So I said, well, it had to be hip hop. These kids wanted to learn how to rap. So what I learned was we created a curriculum thanks to Dr. Yasin, who's the head of the Bergen English department in New Jersey, and Dr. Ernie Smith, who wrote the Journal on Ebonics, helped me create a curriculum to teach kids how to turn sentences into paragraphs and paragraphs into essays. I go around with the National College Resource Center. We give away scholarships. We teach kids how to rap. Write paragraphs and essays so that they can get into college. And it's just an ongoing thing. And, you know, kids look up to me. They don't know who I am. They know me only as Auntie Yo-Yo, who you make a statement and you back it up. You make a statement and you back it up. You know, and then they learn that I'm Yo-Yo, this hip hop legend that's been in the game for over 27 years. They learn that I'm Key Lolo from Martin. So it's really remarkable to see what we can do when we just give our energy to our community. And that's what happened. So Yo-Yo School of Hip Hop is on and buzzing. We are in a production deal for Hip Hop High, which is a television show for kids who's trying to get on and get put out. And at the same time, we're in schools. You know, so they want to be a part of it. They want to be cool and hang with Auntie Yo-Yo.
Now, I know you can't stay with us all day, all night rather. When you walk off that stage, how do you want your audience and your fans to feel after each show once Yo-Yo takes the stage and walks off?
I want them to feel like I am just like them. I am just a woman who has not given up, who's not giving in, who understands my responsibilities, who understand levels, and I make myself, I continue to be great so that I can continue growing and being great. Yeah, that's what it is. I want them to know that I am just like them, but I am always in faith and I am always growing. Yeah, and I leave it all out there. I leave it all. You ever seen me before? I leave it all out there.
Can we get a little taste real quick?
My name is Yo-Yo, guaranteed to put a sucker's attitude in slow-mo. Any form of retalies a no-go, so Yo-Yo can kick a temple, simple. Squeeze them seeds as if I was Mr. Wimple. Trailblazing, the funk forever stays in to satisfy your appetite or hunger I crave in. For me, the yo, intelligent black lady, tell them thinking they can play me straight up, they cannot fade me. There's no way of getting around me, savvy. I strangle a snake like I was Ricky Tikki Tabby because I'm Yo-Yo, guaranteed to put a sucker's attitude in slow-mo.
And that's Yo-Yo. Good to meet you. Pleasure.